In this video, you will learn how French fries cause breast cancer. Now, when people see titles like this or hear a statement like that, they think that they can never have a French fry again. That is not what I'm saying. The problem is that in America, the average American consumes almost 60% of their calories from refined flours, here again, refined sugar, and then foods cooked in refined oils. It's almost 20% of the average American consumes their calories from refined oils, another 20% from refined sugar, and another 20% from refined flour. So the topic will be what happens when we overconsume French fries, and that is the issue for the average person. You'll see how this works out in terms of breast cancer promotion. So this image is from the cover of my new book, as you can see, because I want to illustrate visually the diet that is healthy and cancer protective, and this is for all cancers and all other diseases. Obviously, these foods, which virtually no one would dispute any of these, some people would dispute some because they are food ideologues, and in most cases their views are actually incorrect. So the big issue is overeating these foods, which cause breast cancer and prostate cancer, colon cancer. Most diet-induced cancers involve the overconsumption of these foods. So I did a video recently. It was called How Your Diet Causes Breast Cancer, and I showed a fairly complex biochemical image, but I broke it down step by step. Here's what it looked like. We're going to make it simple again and avoid everything except for the omega-6s. So what is P53? P53 is a tumor suppressor protein. It does a lot of work, and one of the things that it does is it keeps aromatase regulated properly. Now this is important because aromatase is the enzyme that is involved in the production of estrogen. And we want to have estrogen production regulated properly because excess estrogen can be a promoter of breast cancer. So we want to make sure that we have properly regulated aromatase. And that means we have a properly regulated P53 tumor suppressor protein. So what happens is, as part of the cancer development process, and this is for all cancers, but the topic obviously is breast cancer, is that we lose the tumor suppressor effect because P53 is inhibited. So when P53 is inhibited, we get less regulation of aromatase, and we get more estrogen, and we increase the risk for breast cancer expression. So the title of this video is How French Fries Cause Breast Cancer. So we've got to make a connection between P53 suppression, aromatase stimulation, and breast cancer expression. And we're talking about the oils that your French fries and other so it's really all deep fried foods. And then nuts that are roasted in oil as well. So this is the connection. So you can see, in case you do not know what this is, 3 new terms, pretty straightforward. Linoleic acid is an omega-6 fatty acid. Arachidonic acid is an omega-6 fatty acid. So what happens when we eat French fries and other, now when you look at these if you go online and you look up any French fry calories, you will see most of the calories are from the oil that the French fries are cooked in. So basically you get some starch with the fries, but really the potato is just a delivery system for the omega-6 oils. So now the omega-6 oils, the most well-known: corn, safflower, sunflower, peanut oil, cottonseed oil, soybean oil, they're all have an excess of omega-6 fatty acids, and they should not be consumed. Well, at least not consumed to any appreciable degree. So linoleic acid, from those oils, the linoleic acid we eat, we convert it in our body to arachidonic acid. And then in our body, the arachidonic acid is converted into something called PGE2, which stands for prostaglandin E2. Too much PGE2 is associated with pain expression. So people who are running around taking anti-inflammatory drugs, ibuprofen being the most common name that people recognize, ibuprofen inhibits the production of PGE2. So what drugs do osteoarthritic patients take? Well, PGE2 inhibitors, because too much PGE2. Well, where did it come from? French fries, as well as another food source I'll show you in a second. So when we make too much PGE2, we inhibit P53, and the outcome is aromatase gone wild, improperly regulated, which increases one's risk for developing breast cancer. So now you can see the connection between the omega-6 oils in French fries and other deep-fried food and the stimulatory effect that it has on breast cancer. So this image that I just showed you is part of an image that is found in the D-Flame diet for breast health and cancer prevention. This next image is another one from the book. So you can see aromatase and estrogen production. So the aromatase gene produces the enzyme aromatase, which is involved in estrogen production. So we'll just read it. Notice that there are two stimulators of the gene and the BRCA inhibitor. Now, BRCA stands for breast cancer. So the BRCA enzyme is an inhibitor. So BRCA inhibits. What does it inhibit? BRCA inhibits excess production of estrogen. So as it says above, the aromatase gene has two stimulators and it has the BRCA suppressor. So BRCA suppresses excess estrogen production. So with a BRCA mutation, the stimulators would no longer be counterbalanced by BRCA, which enhances estrogen production. So this is what the BRCA mutation looks like. That is the problem. So what is of interest and should be of interest to anybody who has concerns about breast cancer in the family, people misperceive breast cancer in the family being associated purely with the BRCA mutation. Well, it turns out that the BRCA mutation is associated with just 5% of all breast cancers. 95% of breast cancers are associated with 95% of breast cancer sufferers have normal BRCA. Now the problem is that our lifestyle, and what's the topic of today's video? It's French fries. So it turns out French fries inhibit BRCA, which is a big problem. So this picture is also in the D-Flame book, the new D-Flame book for breast cancer and breast health. So here you have again your French fry picture from the cover of the new book. And what are omega-6 fatty acid oils? Well, corn, peanut, sunflower, safflower, cottonseed, grapeseed, and soybean oil. What do they contain? They contain linoleic acid, as I said before. What is linoleic acid? The omega-6 oils contain mostly linoleic acid, which is an omega-6 fatty acid. We have enzymes in our body that convert the linoleic to arachidonic and then arachidonic down to PGE2. So PGE2 is going to inhibit BRCA and also stimulate the aromatase stimulator portion of the gene. So now you get a double hit on the BRCA aromatase gene. With the BRCA mutation, you just lose the BRCA inhibitor. If you are BRCA mutation free and you overconsume omega-6 fatty acids from deep-fried foods, you not only functionally start to inhibit the BRCA inhibitor, you also activate the stimulators. What's the outcome? Estrogen gone wild. So there is a double hit when it comes to this PGE2 inhibition of both P53 and BRCA. Notice over here, grain-fed feedlot meat contains extra arachidonic acid. Same holds true for farm-raised chicken, feedlot chicken, and farm-raised fish, the most notable being farm-raised tilapia, which you all recognize. Basa is farm-raised, and is farm-raised in Southeast Asia. Catfish can be farm-raised in the United States. And branzino is a Mediterranean sea bass that is also farm raised. What is the outcome? Too much omega-6 fatty acids, too much arachidonic acid. They're fed the grains, and then the amount of the linoleic acid in the grains is converted into arachidonic acid in these fish, and then we eat the fish, we get a direct supply of arachidonic acid. So now imagine you go to a restaurant and you get deep fried tilapia, bassa, catfish, or bronzino. You're going to get the deep fry omega-6 oil, linoleic acid rich, which your body will convert into arachidonic acid, plus you'll get the arachidonic acid preformed in these fish, and now you got your double hit of the prostaglandin E2 precursor. And so now you have another way to stimulate excess estrogen production. Once in a while, no big deal, but the average American lives on deep fried foods. They live on a high omega-6, low omega-3 diet. So this is how you want to view French fries, other deep fried foods, and your nuts that are roasted in oil. And that is why on the cover of the new book, you see French fries on the cover showing how they promote breast cancer. So you can see how French fries cause breast cancer. Now you have to realize again, it is the excess consumption of the omega-6s. Once in a while, no big deal. But the average American's diet doesn't look anything like this. Just stand at the checkout line in any store, and what you'll see is a lot less of these foods and way more of these foods here. Even if you go to a health food store, you'll see people loading up on these foods. They think somehow gluten-free cupcakes are okay. Gluten-free flour is okay. Nah, flour, if it's refined, is a problem no matter what. Gluten-free refined flour, problematic. You can have organic sugar, still a problem. And of course, you can have organic oils that these foods are cooked in, still a problem. So you have to be careful even at health food stores. So the human brain works best when we have a simple focus to think about. So when it comes to breast cancer, the mental perception should be to deflame your breasts. Now, let's just say that you're a woman watching this and you're worried about your husband because you're worried about prostate cancer because most guys develop hypertrophy by the time they hit 50, and then who knows if they're going to go into cancer or not. So you could simply convert this to, I think they use a blue ribbon, right? I forget. Deflame your prostate gland. Deflame your colon. Deflame your joints. That is the message that you should put into your brain about what to do in terms, or your dietary goal. And down below here, if you have a weight issue, this book will explain very rapidly and easily how to get control of your brain and the eating environment to get your weight normal, because overweight individuals, obese individuals are much more likely to express cancer. And then this book, the original book, The Deflame Diet, goes into all the details about all the dietary factors that are associated with it. So these are all companion books. If you want to pick up a copy of the new Deflame Diet for Breast Health and Cancer Prevention, you can just go right to my website, deflame.com, and then click right on the image of the new breast book, or you can go right to Amazon. So think about this. If you're a Kindle person, $2.99. It's nothing. Paperback, just about 15 bucks. So extremely inexpensive. And how would you say, well, should I get the book? Well, you got to ask yourself the question, did I know the information that was on this video or the previous video? If the answer is no, then you should probably get the book and read it, because there's a whole lot more information in this new book. Thanks for your time.